Hi, I'm Webb Russell. I'm currently one of the 7 featured players in Glengarry Glen Ross for Tennessee Repertory Theatre from now until February 21st. I play the part of Shelley Levine. Now, the only description that David Mamet, the author playwright, actually gives of Shelley is he's a man in his 50s. But we find out he's a salesman. He's part of this firm of 4 other salesmen who have been set about on each other in a sales contest. The top salesman gets a Cadillac, the second place gets a set of steak knives, and the other 3 and 4 get their jobs handed to them. They are fired, they are canned. And Shelley is on the absolute bottom. He's had no sales. He's in what he calls a streak. He believes that. He was at one time a really decent salesman, if he is to be believed. I think he is for the most part. I also think Shelley is a tremendous, shall we say, con artist. He tries to get people to think his way, whether they think so or not. And he's desperately trying to keep his job. He also has problems at home. His daughter, we never find out what it is, but there's just 2 lines that say, my daughter, and something is there, some undercurrent that is driving him further than just the desperation to keep his own job. Through the course of the play, we find out what each of these 4 gentlemen will do to succeed, to make that sale, to get that person to sign that check. Shelley is just one of 3 that use rather nefarious and underhanded schemes to get what they want in this play. It's very interesting. It's a very cutting and very appropriate story tale of even today, especially with the way the economic climate is today, of what people will do just to get where they need to get. Again, it's 4 salesmen that are trying to hold on to the life that they know, the life that they've led. Shelley in particular has a whole history in the background of being a salesman. That's all he's really known. That's all he's really known how to do. And just watching these 4 gentlemen, how they interact, and will cut the feed out from the other one at the drop of a hat. How each one is trying to be the top dog. Each one is trying to be the leader of this particular pack of real estate salesmen, investment property salesmen. And each one, and just seeing what each one of them does. Will they lie? Will they cheat? Will they steal? And we get to find out, yeah, they will. I'm not going to tell you who, unless you've seen the show. Now again, I'm doing the part of Shelley Levine, and we were asked last night in a forum that we had after the program what it's like to know the people that have the pedigree of this. And the people that have done this are some impressive names. The original Broadway person was Robert Prosky. The most recent Broadway actor that took on Shelley Levine was Alan Alda. In the movie, it was Jack Lemmon. In England, lately, in a recent production, it was Jonathan Pryce. So these are some top names that want to do this role, and I am so very fortunate to be able to get to do this role at this time. Maybe one of those that I can keep playing. I'm one of those that kind of have been here for the whole history of the Rep, the whole 24 going on 25 years. First show was Camelot in 1987. I played Mordred, the evil bastard son of King Arthur. And I've done many roles since then, including 6 versions of Christmas Carol when I played young Scrooge, which shows you exactly what wigs will do for you. Most recently, I've done God's Man in Texas 2 times at the Johnson and also at the Polk stage. I've done Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol, where I actually got to play Old Scrooge for once in my life. Another role I hope to continue playing for the rest of my life. Last season, I was very fortunate to do Giles Corey, the crusty farmer philosopher in The Crucible, and I was very pleased to get to do that icon of American theater, iconic role and an iconic play in American theater. And of course, this year, very blessed to do Glengarry Glen Ross. It's been an interesting ride. I've done several, at least 4 Shakespearean productions for the Rep, a bunch of Christmas carols. I got to do Dracula, a whole raft of things that I'm very pleased to be a part of the tapestry that is the Rep's history. Giles was fun, but I really can't be remiss to say that the most fun that I've ever had on the Rep stage was Hugo Taney in God's Man in Texas. He's the kind of the pivotal character in between the two high-powered preachers that go after each other, and Hugo's just a ton of fun to play. He's just down to earth and pretty nuts, and I liked it. We had the fortune of taking the full show here to Arkansas Repertory Theatre and had equal success there as we had here. As a matter of fact, at Arkansas Rep, that is, at least to date, is their top grossing show, straight show of all time. So I was pleased to be a part of that, both here and there, and here twice. So it's one of those shows that's just, it's a Pulitzer Prize winner, obviously, and it's one of the reasons we're doing it. It's the 25th anniversary of the show. It speaks volumes to what's happening in the world today as far as the economy goes, and what people will do, like we said before, what people will do to get what they need to get. And it's just so uniquely well written. It's a role for 7 men to really, really sink their teeth into and just have fun every night. It's tough. It's almost Shakespearean in its poetry. It's almost the way we had to do in rehearsals to find out what every beat means, why every italicized word is italicized, why the pauses are where they are in the script. And once you find it out, it almost is freeing. It almost allows you to go further in your acting, because a lot of the kind of like the guideposts are there for you, and all you have to do, as David Mamet says, is really say the words. It's meaty, it's fun, and I'm working with 6 other guys that are just tremendous. 2 Ingram Theater Fellowship winners in David Alford and Kevin Henry Haggard. A dear friend, David Compton and Chris Strand, the recent Nashville's Best Actor, according to the Nashville Scene, and Kamal Bolden, who I got to play with last year in Most Valuable Player at the Children's Theater as Jackie Robinson, and I was Branch Rickey. Another tremendous talent. It's loaded from top to bottom. Everybody's good. Everybody's spectacular. And then another guy that I've also worked with a lot recently, Eric D. Pasto Crosby, who I get to do most of my scenes with, is Williamson in the show. He's another tremendous talent. You're not going to find 7 better actors in the city, and that's reason alone to see it. To see 7 really top professionals at their best, at their absolute best, on a Gary Hoff set with Trish Clark costumes. What more do you want?